This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
Welcome back to the Business Leadership Series. Our guest today is Amber Gustafson, co-owner of the Ravington and a celebrity wedding planner. Amber, let's talk about the Ravington, the building itself. I see the vision for this. I'm excited about it. I've had a chance to actually tour your building. And I think my favorite part about it is just the rich history of this place.
The history is so deep and so beautiful. So today, Centerton is thought of as a bedroom community for the community of Bentonville. And Bentonville is kind of, like the epicenter of the business in Northwest Arkansas. And today, Centerton is filled with a bunch of subdivisions. But there is this tiny little strip on Main Street of about 5 historic buildings. And as we started digging into the history of our building in particular, and just the town of Centerton in general, we have learned so much that we're turning it around and making it part of the story of the renovation of the Ravington. So in the early 19 teens, Centerton was booming because of the apple orchards in Benton County. And it was a thriving community. There were many thousands of people living in Centerton. There were hotels, there were banks, there were schools, and there was our building, which is 293 North Main Street. And it was built as the original mercantile for the town. And it was the hardware store, the deli, the just kind of the epicenter of where the commerce was happening in Centerton. And in the 19 teens, an apple blight hit Benton County and destroyed the apple orchards. And the town of Centerton pretty much died because this crop died. And in the 1920s, the Great Depression hit and further decimated the area, and the town shrunk to about 500 people. So over basically 100 years, the building has stood proud and strong. We've been punching through the concrete in the building, trying to put in walls, and it's the most solid thing anybody's ever touched. But over the years, it was some of the older residents of Centerton talk about buying their Levi's there in the 40s and the 50s. So the deli and the hardware store, and then in the 80s, randomly enough, it was a factory that created Lucky Rabbit Feet keychain. And I know we all had them as kids. I had a purple rabbit foot that I would rub against my cheek. So basically the owner of this factory would buy dead rabbits from the Pelfrey's factory here in Northwest Arkansas. And they would take these rabbit feet and they would dip them in these huge vats of dye, and they would turn them into rabbit's feet, and to keychains. And I heard kind of through the grapevine the other day, I met an older gentleman who grew up here, and he used to ride his horse and hitch it out front at the there was a hitching post out front here. Wow. And he said that apparently, I think maybe PETA or some animal rights activists there was a lawsuit of some sort. So I don't know the true story on that. All I know is the rabbit's feet are no longer made in America, I believe. I think they're now made in China if they're still made. But after that factory, there was a beauty salon here. There was at one point there was a Methodist church meeting here in the building, and there was, when we bought it, it was an antique mall. And as we are renovating it, we are utilizing everything that we're finding in the building. Just the materials are beautiful, and the wood flooring that we're bringing into the building, we're bringing in a historical element in the fact that we took old vinegar vats from factories in Benton County, and we're milling them down to 8-inch wide planks, and we're putting down 6,000 square feet of hardwood flooring. And just the story of the beauty, the story of just, we're using these old vinegar vats that were used in this community to that's what the community was living on, was the apple industry. And the apples were used to make the vinegar, and now we're taking these vats and we're turning them into floors, and people are going to celebrate and dance on them. And we're really excited by just that story. So we're really excited about the renovation.
Derek Champagne here. I want to connect with you to get your thoughts on the show, get your feedback on your favorite guests. Connect with me on LinkedIn right now. Send me a quick message. I look forward to talking to you.